Hey, they thought this was sweet. Bucks the mirror, Mr. Shoot right back. Hey, it's never them. They stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side, salute. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. Bucks, it's us, never them, never them. Hey, Bucks the narrow. AKA Mr. Shoot right back. Hey, Bucks the narrow. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. It's us, never them. It's never them. Hey, never them. Hey, Bucks the narrow. Rep, hype, turn. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah, Mr. Shoot right back. Bucks in the cut, watch the games. Change. This the dark side. What? Dark side. Who run it? We run it. Who next? They done. Mr. Shoot right back. Salute to the chat. Bastinado. Oh. Bastinado. It's never the boss. Bastinado. Oh. Jack. Bastinado. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah. Mr. Shoot right back. It's never them. Bucks in the cut. Watch the game change. This the dark side. Woo. Dark side. They thought it was sweet, now it's sour. Make the ops cower. Was never them, we got power. Be out. Talk slick, real spill, no demits. Hey, they know what time it is. It's never them. Woo. Mr. Shoot right back. And we out. Hey, they thought this was sweet. Bucks the mirror, Mr. Shoot right back. Hey, it's never them. They stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side, salute. They pray. Yeah, welcome to the other side. 30 seconds. No filters, no rules. Content is king. Watch at your own risk. Dedicated grind music. Dedicated grind music. Yeah. 30 seconds, dark side of the net. Friend to the day, but tomorrow we a threat. No face, no case. Get dragged by an avatar. Cash app, super chat. We gon' take it far. 30 seconds, the place with no control. I can't control black, hot, dark soul. From the streets to the sidewalks, coast to coast. On YouTube, we the ones that really do the most. Watch at your own risk, we exposing all the fake. Clout wars popping off, everybody raise the stakes. Screenshots loaded, receipts get aired. Say the wrong name, and your brand get teared. Enemies in silence, then friends online. Hoes say they're in flames just to keep the vibe. Clickbait title, drama all in the mix. Dirty said it coded, you ain't built for this. 30 seconds, dark side of the net. Friends to the day, but tomorrow we a threat. No face, no case, get dragged by an avatar. Cash app, super chat, we gon' take it far. 30 seconds, the place with no control. I can't control black, heart, dark soul. From the streets to the sidewalks, coast to coast. On YouTube, we the ones that really do the most. Content is king, better guard your crown. Cause the sector love to tear the biggest channels down. Ops in the comments, snakes in the chat. One wrong move, ain't no coming back. Algorithms feeding on the beef we spar. turn YouTube live to a battleground park. Drill beat knocking, got the sector on fire. The dirtier it get, the more views get high. No rules, no filters, no love, just smoke. Every lie is a gamble, every word is a joke. Be whoever you want, gangster or past. In the dirty sec, the chaos move fast. Dirty sec, dark side of the net. Friend to the day, but tomorrow we a threat. No face, no case, get dragged by an avatar. Cash app, super chat, we gon' take it far. Dirty sec, the place with no control. I can't control, black heart, dark soul. From the streets to the sidewalks, coast to coast. On YouTube, we the ones that really do the most. Dedicated grind music.
Solution. How's that audio? How is the audio? Is my audio good? Okay, appreciate it. Renegade Society Production, salute. Asia, salute. G Mama Baby, salute. Sequoia, salute. Y'all ready, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. You dig? Hold on, let me throw the 6 eyes on it, people. Isaac T. I hope I said that wrong. With T276, salute, man. I appreciate the pull up. Yeah, we gonna talk a little talk. You dig? Yeah, you know what I mean? Talk a little talk. You understand me? Talk a little talk. You know? It's a lot been going on. As y'all see, dealing with the verses. So we gonna talk about that. Flying Guillotine, salute. You know what I mean? Talk about that. You know, I see everybody saying no limit, beat Cash Money and all this and all that. I mean, everybody have their how would I say, their opinion. Yo, Oed, what's up, Oed? Everybody got their opinion, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate the pull up, Oed. I ain't been seeing you, man. Where you been at? Oed? Where you been at? Yeah, so me personally, I don't really. Yeah, they had the verses on last night. To me, it was nice overall. I wouldn't even pick a winner. You know what I mean? That's just for me. My opinion, I wouldn't pick a winner. And I ain't gonna point the fingers, but I think verses as a whole, I think they should have scheduled that in a dome or something. I think they should have had that in a dome. You know what I mean? And where both of their fan base, pretty much mirror each other. You know what I mean? It's like a mirror with both of their fan because they both from New Orleans. So I think that would have been, the awesome thing to do when it come down to that right there. So I get at a minus. I think the location was a bad location. You know what I mean? It was a bad location. You understand? It definitely was a bad location. Yeah, that's a fact. I'm agree with you on that one, Asia. I think Wayne could have put whatever he had going on personally to the side. But we're gonna talk about that. But my breakdown of it, the location. Location was bad. You know what I mean? Location was bad. So that's That's my one minus right there. And then I think choice of the music. I mean, on both sides. Choice of the music. I think the music selection on both sides was bad. You know what I mean? The choice of the music, you know, the selection was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Um, Performance. I mean, I don't think no one performed. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. I don't think nobody performed. I don't really think. And if that was a performance on both parts, I get that a minus as well. That wasn't a performance. And I only and I'm a double back. I did say I wouldn't pick a winner, and I with an explanation. I say that with an explanation because you brought two groups together that was at odds for so many years. You know what I mean? They was at odds for so many years. So therefore, that was a win-win for me. Like that was the first time No Limit and Cash Money Records been on the stage together. And and their hometown is New Orleans. So that's why I said that. But then when I double down on it, I say, well, you know what? I say Cash Money had the edge. I wouldn't call it a win. I say Cash Money had the edge. And I say that because of this. A lot of the songs that No Limit had that was classics, was hits, and the early era, like my hip hop era, early 80s, mid 80s, early 90s, when that pattern was gone, when it first kind of spent off or went that way, like No Limit to me got stuck right there. They got stuck right there. And you could tell because a lot of their music that they were playing were very old music. Very old music. So the fans was, if they knew, they knew, which was classics. Don't get me wrong. No Limit had a lot of classics that I don't even think that they played last night due to certain people not there. They didn't touch on shake you, you know what I'm saying? Shake you, show them what you working with. Danger. You like it's a lot of joints that they could have played that would have been the most up to date. Because that's like the most up to date that I know of. I don't know nobody coming out of No Limit camp. Let's just say in the 20 shit, it's safe to say what, New Millennium? I know Snoop did a project. I don't know when that was. I don't know when that was. But I could say, like, yeah, the new millennium. You know what I mean? I think and Cash Money music is more of a up to date. Even if you take away BG with his jail time, even if you take away Turk with his jail time, you still had people like Lil Wayne, Manny Fresh, Juvenile, even Baby carrying that torch. Like they still was relevant, if you understand what I'm saying. Like they still was relevant. They still knew and understand. I guess I should say they knew and understand a way to keep that name alive, and they did that. You know what I'm saying, with Lil Wayne. So that's my perspective on, on it was a win-win. And if I would have had to pick, I would pick Cash Money because of that. I pick Cash Money because they are more they got more relevant hits. You know what I'm saying? Like No Limit got to dig in the crates. Cash Money, they can go straight to the gusto. You see what I'm saying? They can go straight to the gusto. Then I heard another podcast, like he was just like K slaying Cash Money. Like Cash Money didn't make hits. I just, and a lot of people, I just can't point one single one out. A lot of people been kind of like throwing jabs at Cash Money. I'm like, yo, hold on, man. This is insane. It's no way you could throw shots at no Cash Money, man. It's just no way, people. Like Cash Money have held New Orleans down when we didn't hear nothing about No Limit. Even a branch offs was like, see, that's the thing. Let's just look at it as a whole. So let's start with Cash Money. For the people that were not there. And this is why I say Cash Money still put out relevant music. You understand? Nicki Minaj wasn't there. Drake wasn't there. These are individuals that's under the Cash Money umbrella. Lil Wayne wasn't there. Them three people right there. I'm going to say it. I think they sold more records than No Limit as a whole. Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj, I think together, collectively, I think sold more. Now, I only think, I'm not sure of it. But collectively, if you put them numbers together, I would think they sold more records than No Limit. If not close, they came close. Just them three individuals. They came close. So that right there was like, okay, well, they three hitters didn't even show up. And not even to throw Turk in there. Turk didn't show up. So them are four hitters right there that could have changed that whole dynamic of that verses. So I mean, shit, Lil Wayne got like at least 3 songs that would have turned up that the audience would have identified to now. See, this is the point I'm making in between. If I would have had to pick, it would have been Cash Money Records. It would have been Cash Money Records, people. You understand? Because they got relevant hits, they have relevant songs, and people can identify them today. I'm not too sure how many people can identify to No Limit music today. So that's why when people like, yeah, they slayed them. How? How did they slay them? I don't understand that. Like, I be tripping. How did they slay them? That'd be confusing to me. They slayed them. How? So but overall, it was a win-win. I mean, it was a win-win. You already know a tour gonna be is coming behind this. Yeah, the music was fire. I don't doubt that. I'm just talking about as far as the leverage that I think Cash Money had when you get the people talking about they got slayed and pretty much No Limit brought they big hitters. Cash Money. Look, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Lil Wayne in the show. Not even to say Turk, which it don't matter how many people you go on that battlefield with. You gotta win. You know what I mean? With what you got, but to say they got slayed, nah, I can't say that. The crowd had as much as the same energy as they did with No Limit. They had the same energy. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I don't. It wasn't nothing. It didn't have nothing to do with you know. How could I say? Straight out talent. I'm gonna put it that way. It didn't have nothing to do with straight talent. Like it didn't. It definitely didn't. It definitely didn't. It was older me. Like what was this song they played? I mean, I know over here on the East, it wasn't really a hit. I don't think too many people gravitated to it. Kind of had like a Jamaican twist to it. Forgot who it was. Who was that? But it wasn't. It wasn't a hit. You know what I mean? Like not on the East anyway. Like it wasn't two people head over heels for the song. You know what I mean? It wasn't that. Um, I know Snoop could have did another one. I think that other song. I don't know the name of that one as well, but I know that now that was a banger. I think it was what was him and Nate Dogg. I want to say maybe, but I know Snoop did a lot of. Snoop had a lot of hits. No, I ain't gonna say after. I ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Snoop. Uh, damn. Is it safe to say Snoop brought? Is it safe to say Snoop brought? Um, what's the name? Back? Like, is it safe to say that? Word. Is it safe to say that Snoop brought No Limit back? Well, we know No Limit did more for Snoop than Snoop did, so I ain't gonna ask that question. Yeah, I ain't gonna ask that question. I ain't gonna do that. But at the end of the day, though, um, damn, I'm trying to think of that other song, or was it Warren G? Was it? I think it was either Snoop and Nate Dogg or Snoop and Warren G. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't. Cinderoni salute, man. Appreciate the pull up. Yeah, I don't remember the song. But the moral of it all is that what's the name is pretty much a better look due to the fact that Cash Money got more relevant. They got more relevant hits, man. You know what I'm saying? They got more. They got more relevant. They got more. They got more music that can you know that I guess it's safe to say that the young people can identify to, especially if you throw on Lil Wayne or Drake or even Nicki Minaj. That right there would have that would have, man, that would have killed it. That would have killed Nicki Minaj, Drake. If they would have pulled up, that would have been a whole nother battle. That's a whole nother battle right there, people. It's a whole nother battle, man. That battle right there is different. It becomes different. It becomes different, people. And that's the point that I'm making. Like when you speak on this battle, oh yeah, what's the name did this and what's the name did that. Nah, not at all. I mean, because you can't really you can't put your like you can't put your stamp of approval on it. You can't put your stamp of approval on it. What can you say? Because now the next thing is how they killed them. How was they the better? You know what I'm saying? How was they the better unit? So that's why I said that. And then again, we can't leave out if Drake, Nicki Minaj, or Lil Wayne would have showed up. Why Lil Wayne didn't show up, I don't know. Somebody was saying, yeah, that's a fact. You know what I mean, Roni? That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, when like again, man, it was a dope battle. The fact to have that you had them heavy hitters come up there. They said that was the first time that Cash Money and No Limit shared the stage together. So that was dope. Again, I think location. If they would have had it, like in somewhere in New Orleans, that would have been even. I think then. I think then. You could have identified who got slayed. I think. Cap shot salute. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? I think. But they was in Vegas. Man. I just don't want like me, I want to know why Lil Wayne didn't pull up. I want to know why you know, why he like forfeited. And then from who I heard somebody say something about Swiss Beats knew that he was supposed to have showed up, so it kind of like he like maybe last minute he said he couldn't make it. I'll say. And then the show got ended early. I don't know, was that tied to the Lil Wayne issue? Like, why was the show ended early? You know, that's why when you do functions like that, man, it has to be perfect. I know there's no such thing, but it has to be perfect or close. It has to be. It has to be perfect or close, people. It just has to be. You know what I mean? I don't think you just throw something like that together, because look at the outcome. And I'm sure they already knew what it was. And the outcome still was a little, you know what I mean? It was still, no bueno.com. Word. The outcome was still no bueno.com, man. So I'm like, man, at the end of the day, man, hopefully, well, I ain't even gonna say that, man, because what was the one? It seemed like all of them was like, yo, we gotta, end it early, because I'm thinking now, Dipset and the Locks joint was like that, and that was in the Garden. I think they said they had to like close it early and all that. So I was tripping on that one. I'm like, wow, like, why is it always they gotta shut it down early? You know what I mean? That was bugged out. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at all. I'm like, wow. Just like that, it's just, all right, well, you know what? We can't do this, or we can't do that. I'm like, wowzers. Like, how was that? Like, that was the nasty work for me. That was the nasty work for me. I ain't really jacked that, but it was what it was, though. You know what I mean? So hopefully, I don't know what he could do to fix it. You know what I mean? I don't know what he could do to fix it. I don't know what he could do to fix it. But some of it got to be the correct time. Because if you give him 20 songs to do, I think the verses, I think they only did 13 songs a piece, and you giving them 20 a piece, you leaving 7 songs out there. That could have been a game changer. So now they, at the end, they rushing their performance. You know what I mean? I think that's the bad part about it. They rushing their performance. Yo, well, give me a quick second, people. Just give me a quick second. I'm about to smash y'all with the new Bozo of the Week remix. You know what I mean? For our finale. Shout out to my man Renegade Society Production. You understand? Shout out to my man El Plaga Trey Pound 7, aka Mr. Movie.
I'll stop the music. Hold the phone. This ain't for the throne, this is for the clown who stood alone. This is for the dude who brought a spoon to a gunfight. This right here. This is your spotlight. Bozo. Dedicated crime music. Listen, Bozo, you been a bozo since Monday wake-up call. Tripped over your ego, took a legendary fall. You been bozoing hard, no capital to disgrace. Got lost in the building, forgot your own face. You seek the blunder, you hunt for the fail. Then come get this trophy, you winning by a mile. This is for the bozo of the week. You bozo, you been a bozo all week. From your head to your torso, take this award. Don't you dare try to hide it, cause being a bozo is what you see. So come on and claim it, you earned it. Just take it. Bozo, 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 bozo is go as the bozo award. Regrets, man, you collect them like they limited edition. Made a wrong turn and started 3 new competitions. You bozo the meeting, you bozo the deal. You bozo your lunch, how you mess up a meal. But you own it, you don't deny it. You walk in the flame, they call you a bozo. You just ask them to say your name. This is for the bozo of the week. You what you seek, so come on and claim it, you earned it. Just take it. Let's go. Bozo, 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 bozo. Let's go with the bozo and ride. Let's go with the bozo and ride. Let's go with the bozo and ride. Let's go with the lamb. Oh, 5-4. What is a bozo is? It's a state of mind. Leaving common sense and all your reason behind. It's an art form, a masterpiece of oops. A permanent vacation in Atlanta, whoops. Dedicated grind music. Dedicated grind music. So hold your head high, you magnificent miss. You're the king of the clowns, putting skills to the test. Bozo, of the week, yeah, you bozo. Bozo, 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 bozo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's that new. That's that remix of that Bozo of the week. Yeah, yo, Cap Shot. That's it's gonna be the last show. So what we did was we added the 4 people that already won this first season. We add them, so we already have a poll. It's twerk. It's it's twerk. It's Shantae, Flat Earth, and Active Activity. That's who in the poll. Them 4 people's in the poll. Flat Earth, Shantae, twerk, and Active Activity. Yeah, they in the poll. Word, so it's gonna be a dope one. It's the last show, well, for the season, because we're gonna add celebrity bozos. So we're gonna end it all. We're gonna have a dope one. You already know Friday 6 o'clock, man. It's going down, man. Where we'll try to make it as dope as possible. That's a fact. Yeah, try to make it as dope as possible. As dope as possible. I would like to anyway. So I ain't even playing my layout. Yeah, I would like to anyway. That's a fact. Think that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Everybody come out the bushes, you know what I mean? Everybody come out the bushes and rock out, and we have fun with it. Yeah, like we have fun, but I guess people have their reason. So I might with it, with the success it has now, I'm okay with that. So I'm not gonna complain. I ain't gonna complain. I take that. You know what I mean? I take it. Because it comes out as dope now. You know what I mean? It's dope. It actually did better than I expected to do. You know how they do over here, they hate over here. So, you know what I mean? It's like you got to hit a home run or nothing over here in these neck of the woods, man. You got to hit a home run or nothing, man. Or you had a home run or nothing. That is so true. A home run or nothing. So I think I was like, you know what? Still came out dope. Still came out dope. You dig? Still came out dope. Yeah, I see Mr. Meow. I see Mr. Meow out there. Mr. Meow out there shooing. That's a fact. Mr. Meow out there shooting. I wonder what's going on with that. Certain people taking that and they running with it, don't even know they in the trig bizzle. You know what I mean? They caught up in the trig bizzle. That's a fact. Caught up in a trig bizzle. I said, oh man, them two back at it again. Yo, they had some. Yo, Mac and Payne had some wars, man. It was disgusting. It get dirty when them two go at it. It get dirty. It get dirty. It just ain't nothing new yet. Not that I know of anyway. It ain't really nothing. So it's gonna be like refurbished, refurbished stuff. You know what I'm saying? Between the both of them, I should say. Between the both of them. But that's a hell of a clash though. You know what I mean? That's a clash, that's a must see. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a clash right there. That's a must see. It's a must see. Word up. I ain't gonna lie, man. If I can get the support from the people for the people, I think I could put together a dope Clash of the Titans. You know what I mean? I think I get the support to represent that Clash of the Titans, man. I think we can get that off. We can get that off. Let everybody put the hate to the side. Put the hate to the side. And put have fun to the front. Yeah. Yeah, if it's refurbished, yeah, that's what it be. G Mama baby, that's what it be. Refurbished beef. You gotta think about it, these guys been going at it. I've been on here, 4 years? Going on 5, if not that. They've been going at it since then. Well, I ain't gonna say consistently, but they have went at it. Those are the two powerhouses that was going at it. And look now. It probably means that, YouTube streets is dying out. Ain't nobody's coming up with dope content. I mean, if somebody do come up with dope content, you gotta have people rather be in the bushes than come participate. They be mad, looking at other people's numbers and views and all that. I mean, I know it's competitive. I mean, it should be a competitive sport, but play within the lines though. That's my thing about it. Play within the lines. You know what I'm saying? Like once you play within the lines, you all right. But dudes be playing outside the lines, and it never ends well. It just never ends well. So more of playing within the lines, man, and I think it'll be dope. I don't think it should be an issue, but it will be dope. It definitely will be dope. Artie in the building, the light side in the building. Salute, salute. Yeah, I was reading a joint where the Prince dude responding back to Hassan Campbell. It's like, yo, even when you talk like that on that subject, like, when do clout stop being clout? You know what I'm saying? When does you know when does the clout thing stops? You understand what I'm saying? Like when does it just stop? You dig? Like, that's the part that, you know, that I'm like, all right, hold on, wait a minute, man. When does it become too much? Because it could become too much, especially when you start barking up the trees where it's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like what we doing? This is, you know, what we doing here. You know, people putting up allegations, stating. So now I'm starting to feel like it might not be no truth to it, because once somebody come up and they debunk your story, is an issue there. No matter what side you want to stand on, you know, why either the story is fabricated, is not true, or it's true. You know what I'm saying? So again, how far do people go for the clout? Did old boy from Queens really sue Hassan Campbell? You see what I'm saying? Because now it's like, yo, hold on, wait a minute, what's really going on? You dig? Like, what's really going on? You know what I mean? And them the questions that, I mean, well, you know, it is what it is. You know, everybody out for their content. You know what I mean? And you know, at this point, content is content. So, you know, I ain't gonna say I respect the game, but I do know it is the game. And you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, certain people. You know what I mean? And you know, let them keep doing what they doing. But I just, you know, I would like to know, like, when does, you know, when is it like, all right, you know what? There's no need for you to even ruin your reputation, you know, in this manner. There's no need. There's no need. It is no need to ruin your reputation for this manner. You know what I'm saying, people? It's just not. It's no need for it. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. I don't see why you have to. You know what I mean? Why would you have to?
Dedicated grind music. Bucks the nerve. Mr. Shoot right back. Stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side. Chat salute.
My bad. I'm over here just pressing buttons, people. You dig? That's what I'm over here doing, just pressing buttons, man. I think that's what I was trying to get right there. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? People, like, you know, that's the messed up part of it. You know what I mean? That's just that. That's the messed up part of it. Because a lot of people is not out for clout. You know, a lot of people is not out for clout. And that's just a fact. A lot of people is not for it. A lot of people is not for it. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Welcome to the other side. 30 seconds. No filters, no rules. Content is king. Watch at your own risk. Dedicated grind music. Dedicated grind music. Yeah. 30 seconds, dark side of the net, friend to the day. But tomorrow we a threat. No face, no case. Get dragged by an avatar. Cash app, super chat. We gon' take it far. 30 seconds, the place with no control. I can't control black, hot, dark soul. From the streets to the sidewalks, coast to coast. On YouTube, we the ones that really do the most. Watch at your own risk, we exposing all the fake. Clout wars popping off, everybody raise the stakes. Screenshots loaded, receipts get aired. Say the wrong name, and your brand get teared. Enemies in silence, then friends online. Hoes set her in flames just to keep the vibe. Clickbait title, drama all in the mix. Dirty said it coded, you ain't built for this. 30 seconds, dark side of the net. Friends to the day, but tomorrow we a threat. No face, no case, get dragged by an avatar. Cash app, super chat, we gon' take it far. 30 seconds, the place with no control. I can't control black, heart, dark soul. In the streets, to the sidewalks, coast to coast. On YouTube, we the ones that really do the most. Content is king, better guard your crown. Cause the sector love to tear the biggest channels down. Ops in the comments, snakes in the chat. One wrong move, ain't no coming back. Algorithms feeding on the beef we spark. We turn YouTube live to a battleground park. Drill beat knocking, got the sector on fire. The dirtier it get, the more views get high. No rule, no filters, no love, just smoke. Every lie is a gamble, every word is a joke. Be whoever you want, gangster or pastor. In the 30 seconds, the chaos move faster. 30 seconds, dark side of the net. Friend to the day, but tomorrow we a threat. No face, no case, get dragged by an avatar. Cash app, super chat, we gon' take it far. 30 seconds, the place with no control. I can't control black, heart, dark soul. From the streets to the sidewalks, coast to coast. On YouTube, we the ones that really do the most. Dedicated grind music.
That's a fact. No twerk, Artie. 30 second in hip hop coming soon. Light side, that's a fact. You know it's gonna be a classic. You know it's gonna be a classic. You know it's gonna be a classic. But yeah, people, that's that right there is the only thing that's really going on. It's the only thing that's really going on. The Hassan situation. He had a response back from Prince. Prince pretty much debunking it. He's pretty much like that ain't happened. So I don't know where it's gonna go from here. You know what I mean? I don't know who's gonna benefit. Who's gonna benefit from it? Cause it's cap. Now I only can speak from past. When you see a person, that's just like watching a queen flip, go at it with somebody. You've been watching him cap so much. You know what I mean? You don't know what would be real. El Pla got Trey Pound 7 in the building. Salute to my guy, aka Mr. Movie. Spapino, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? So when you look at situations like that, you say, all right, well, yo, is it real? You know, is this a play? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, it gets so in depth with it, right? You be having dudes come up with the paperwork. You know what I mean? Because Haas had the paperwork. He had the recording of the police coming to his house. It's like, yo. And then when you see all that play out, and then the person comes up and debunks it, right? He comes up and says, listen, that's not what happened or whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a lot to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see if I can get this off. See if I can get this off. But you definitely have you know, you got Prince, you know, pretty much saying, nah, that ain't happened. Well, I had it on, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where it went. But, you know, he speaks. You know, and he's, you know, saying what it is. You know, so now you got somebody debunking. That's what I was saying before. You got somebody debunking your statement. So now you get more people now, you know, to pretty much say yay or nay. When you already then came up there and was like, yo, such and such suing me, sent police to my house, and come to find out that you know, there's a possibility there's no truth to that. Okay, I got it. Yeah, there's no truth to that, people. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Shoot right back. Hey, hey. Let it shoot right back. Let's get to it. Hey, hey. Listen up. All dirty sector supporters report in. Tune in, let's go 050 bucks. It's the Dark Side General. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. The Dark Side. I never know. I never know. I never know. I never know. Let me shoot right back. Salute to the chat. Salute to the members. If you ever supported the channel, thank you. It's a never know. A never know. A never know. A never know. Let me shoot right back. Hey, Buck De Niro, aka $1 million buck. Check that community wall, clap that murk. Stand on law, stand on law, stand on law. It's so well, hey, 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 hey. Us never them, but them, yo.
my apologies, people. Prince is not debunking it. He's not. He's clarifying that just because the individual sued you for defamation of character of putting things on his back that or crimes that was said did by this person was never committed, he has every right. So that's what Preem's saying. So again, he is not debunking it. So he is not debunking the allegations out there that old boy from Queens is suing Hassan Campbell. You know what I mean? So let's just get that right. Because I had it wrong. I didn't listen to it all. But again, it goes back to you, like, I seen it all before, man. It goes back to that. It goes back to I seen it all before. That's a fact. But that's that. You know what I mean? I just Diamond Princess salute. I just I don't know how to call it, and that ain't even my job to try to figure it out. I just speak on it, you know what I mean, as a blogger, you know what I mean, or a YouTube content creator. I'm speak on it, you know what I mean. But other than that, it's not. Like it's wicked, because it's wicked because when you are a figure of that such, your story is going to be out there already. So me personally, I don't think that no one could just put something on you if your name is already out there dealing with these type of activities. So now that part of it is just like, you know, I'm sure if this, if Hassan talking about it, he done heard it from somewhere. You know what I mean? He heard it from somewhere. And that's the only thing that is kind of like I'm sure he noticed. Like that's you really can't. How? These are things that's already been said. In the public. It's things that have already been said in the public. So I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you did that. It'd be something that old boy from Queens. Me personally, I give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't see that. I don't see him doing that. You know what I mean? I don't see them doing that. You understand? And that part of it is just like, I guess. I guess. You dig? So, it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? That as a YouTube content creator, that you're not allowed to talk about things that's already out in the public. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the things that's already in the public. You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah, he didn't dig this information up and make it up. So I don't. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that'd be like, all right, well, this person is not. He's smart. He don't understand. So hey, as a YouTube content creator, you also have the obligation, to try to have the know-how to say this is good to talk about and that ain't good to talk about. And as a content creator, you have to do that. You know what I mean? I think that right there, it's the Okay, well, let me not speak on that. Or find another way around it. So I don't know if this is something that we can say, a person is being too cocky. You know what I mean? It's like the person being too cocky. These are the questions that you got to ask when you start, like, literally speaking about things outside your reach, obviously. So we gotta see how it play out. I mean, that's the only thing we could do is see how it play out. It's the only thing we can see how I do is how I play out. That's a fact. I'm not no lawyer. I'm not no district attorney. I'm not no judge. So I don't know. So I'm not gonna get up here and speak on things that I have no knowledge of. You understand? So I do know that majority of the things Hassan did probably speak about was public information already. That part I do know. If it's public information, we'll be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like what we doing? That's the scary part. Even dealing with in this sector, and that's gonna be these niggas' next step. Yo, he's suing me for defamation of character and blah 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 blah. Take the fun out of it. But again, like I said, when you get there and you want that exposure, here you go. Exposure's all yours. It's all yours. Word up, the exposure is all yours. So now we can't complain about nothing. We can't complain about nothing. Because they say, yo, it's wild. Because they say, hey, yo, is the right way to do it. Like, so is that a right way to do it? Holding the stature that, that this person holds? Like, is that the right way to do it? You know what I'm saying? And that's what they say. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, must be the right way to do it. And gots to be. Got to be the right way to do it. Because anything else, that thing could take a bad left. You know what I'm talking about? That thing could take a bad left. That's why I say, yo, sometimes the clout is not even worth it. The recognition, let's not even use the word clout. The recognition, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. And that's why I asked the question, like, how far? How far would you go? You know what I mean? How far would you go? Is it worth it? Is it worth going that far? Because a lot of people don't make it back from some of them battles. And that's a fact, Jack. A lot of people don't make it back from some of them battles. I'm just keeping it real. Some of them battles, a lot of people don't make it back from. So I heard Prince say, that didn't go down. Because that's what Prince said. Period. Like half of the stuff that he's saying that I guess, boy did, what I'm saying, from Queens, it wasn't true. Yeah, it wasn't true. Half of the stuff that was said, it wasn't true. So we gotta, I guess, figure that part out. And I guess I don't think they would charge him for any of them crimes. I don't think. Again, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a district attorney. I'm not a judge. Everything is just speculation at this point for me. Everything is speculation. But yeah, so back to the, the versus situation. I don't know, man. I don't have no limit winning. I don't have a winner. Let me just say that. I don't have a winner. But I definitely pardon me. But I definitely don't see no limit like this straight doing Cash Money dirty. Not at all. Not at all. I don't see that. Who you got? Hey, yo, who you had, Artie? You had Cash Money? Yeah, I really didn't have nobody as a winner, man. I like the performance. What we thought was a performance. Me anyway. I like the performance. The location, I don't like the location. I think they could have done it somewhere in New Orleans. That would have been fire. Yeah, yo, Artie, everybody talking about No Limit killed them and all this. I'm like, what? Like how? Like no Limit got classics. Don't get me wrong, but they have like ancient classics. Their classics are old. Their classics are old. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably, like I said, I don't even know the last time they had a hit. When you look at Cash Money catalog, they still, for the people that's under the Cash Money umbrella, they still winning. They still winning, people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Cola James, salute, sis. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? They still winning. So I don't, and then you add the fact that, the people that's under the Cash Money umbrella, like 3 heavy hitters didn't even show up. Nicki Minaj, Drake, or Lil Wayne. They could have made a huge difference. They could have made a huge difference. That's just what I think. They could have made a huge difference. I don't think that if either one of them would have pulled up, and not even all 3, but one would have pulled up, we wouldn't be talking that No Limit. They did, Cash Money dirty. They won. We wouldn't be having that conversation. Yeah, we wouldn't be having that conversation. I mean, I don't think that happened anyway, but it wouldn't be a conversation. Not in that manner anyway. It might have been the other way around. Yo, Cash Money destroyed No Limit. You know what I mean? That's only due to the time frame in the music. That's what I'm saying, people. It's the time frame in the music. Right, they under Lil Wayne, sis, but at the end of the day, Lil Wayne is under Cash Money. Before Young Money came, what's the name? That was what it was? Cash Money, Young Money. They was under the Cash Money umbrella, so they signed a cat. That's like how No Limit and True is under No Limit. That's how Wayne had Young Money. True was Silk, I think, situation. They had that under No Limit. So now you got Lil Wayne. He had his situation under Cash Money. So in all reality, they was still Cash Money. Wayne and Juvie. That's a fact. And even if you just say it like that, sis, that's a fact. Well, for certain, we can say, so what you got to say about Snoop Dogg, sis? Snoop not original No Limit. Snoop is not originally No Limit. Yeah, he was just signed to No Limit. That's a fact. And why Nikki salute, appreciate the pull up. So that's the same thing I'm saying with Young Money. It wouldn't be no Young Money if it wasn't Cash Money. I'm sure they know that the umbrella they was under was the bigger, what's the name? So let me ask this, sis. Who you think won? Let me ask sis that. Everybody in the chat, who y'all think won that versus? Because I don't think No Limit won. Yeah, I don't think No Limit won. Not the way they saying like they won by a landslide. No Limit won. See, and why Nikki Baby saying No Limit won. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everybody have a right, to their what's name. See, I if I would have had to pick, because I didn't want to, I just think it was overall, it was just a dope show because you got them two groups to perform for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to drop that link in a sec. You know what I mean? And you have a situation that was historic. So I think that itself is bigger than a win or a loss. That's just me. You know what I mean? That's just me. But I think that right there itself is like, it ain't no win or loss. Yeah. And then, it's only right that we'd be having a whole nother conversation if Lil Wayne was there. You know what I mean? Like that's what and that's another thing. You jump out the window and you're like, all right, but they had to go to war with the people they had, so the show had to go on. So respectfully, but I can't see, how No Limit dominated. They didn't dominate. Even with Lil Wayne not even being there, they didn't dominate. That's why another reason will make me be like, nah, because they supposed to have, like how people saying, was supposed to really took place. They were supposed to have destroyed Cash Money because Cash Money hitter wasn't even there. But they didn't. Let me tell you something. A lot of people I'm hearing that's doing content on this, they're talking about all the wrong reasons that Cash Money lost. They're all the wrong reasons. They're talking about, they dope fiends, all that. They don't matter. Like that's the part that tickles me. Yeah, I agree, NY Nikki. I agree. They were definitely more organized. They looked at like a unit. That's good and dandy. I give them that. But when it came down to songs, I think it's more of this generation that understands Cash Money more than they will understand No Limit. A lot of people don't know what No Limit is. My son don't even know what No Limit is. You dig? He don't. You know what I mean? Like you may hear some songs when you be like, "Yo, who's that?" Yeah, they was down with no. They was down with No Limit. So that part of it is just like, oh, I just feel, at the end of the day, it was a dope show. I will call that. You know what? I'm gonna do this. It was even. I'm gonna say it was even. I'm gonna say it was even because a lot of people, that was in the crowd, it was like when you look at certain songs that came on, they was ancient songs. Right, but it ain't too many people knew the songs though. I mean, I'm not gonna take nothing. No Limit, I ain't gonna lie. No Limit was they rocked it. I'm not saying they didn't rock the house. Let me just clarify this, people. I'm not saying that they didn't rock the house. No Limit rocked the house. I'm not disputing that. But for them to say that No Limit destroyed Cash Money, Cash Money, they all dope fiends over there and this and that. When you go to the charts, which probably the charts don't mean nothing because of the verses, but that's my thing of it all. Yeah, you knew every song, sis, but when you talk about these 15-year-olds, these 16 and 17-year-olds, they don't know nothing about No Limit. They know a lot about Cash Money, not No Limit. That's what I'm saying. We know the songs, but when you look at the younger crowd, they not. Like right now, you tell a young nigga, yo, 15, 16, yo, you seen the verses? Yo, who it was? Cash Money, No Limit. Who No Limit? That's what I'm getting at. That's the only thing I'm saying. Right, but a lot of people still like you got ask a 15-year-old who Lil Wayne is. They'll tell you who Lil Wayne is. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see you walking up on a 15-year-old and you ask them who Silk. They ain't gonna know who Silk the Shocker is. They may know who Master P is due to the fact of he made himself relevant and his son Romeo. They might not even know that. Yo, listen, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? Like No Limit is not relevant, man, to these young bucks out here, man. Cash Money is still relevant. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people that still carrying that Cash Money umbrella, man. Rich Gang, that's Cash Money. That's Thugger Thugger. You got NBA Youngboy. That's Cash Money. However you want to look at it. They not signed to them, no nothing, but they are representing that Cash Money. They are still relevant. These people know. When you say, Cash, and you say, yo, you know who NBA Youngboy, they know who NBA Youngboy is. They know who a Manny. No, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't even gonna go that far. We gonna stick to the script. They know who NBA Youngboy is. They know who Lil Wayne is. They know who Nicki Minaj is. They know who Drake is. Now, whether they were signed directly to Cash Money or not, they had dealings with Cash Money. They was under Cash Money umbrella. Cash Money is what paid them. Right. So when we speak on the songs, we say, yeah, we know that, sis. We know that, but that doesn't have nothing to do with the price of tea in China. We know what took place. But that doesn't still say, Thugger Thugger was never under the Cash Money umbrella. They all represented that Cash Money umbrella. Nicki Minaj, Drake, they represented that Cash Money umbrella. It was something. I want to know. I definitely want to know. Did Lil Wayne, side with Turk, or was it about the money? But all that plays into it, though. Popularity and all that, it plays into it. Popularity, it has to play into it. That's a fact. I mean, I agree to that. Lil Wayne let the people down. Lil Wayne is the face of Cash Money Records. You see what it's say? It's Cash Money, Young Money. The same way No Limit got No Limit and True. Same thing. Cash Money, Young Money. It's under the Cash Money umbrella. They represent Cash Money. They check said Cash Money before it said Young Money. So I agree to that. Wayne let the people down. And when it comes to the popularity of the music, this is the point I'm making. The popularity of the music is to the youngins right now. I'm not saying that everybody don't know who No Limit is, but I'm saying the crowd that they trying to get to. Yeah, sis, I agree. Mr. Cool is the only one that, and like I said, they didn't even play that. I said those are the only maybe songs that if you play, that these young dudes would be like, oh, Me and X was fire. I'm not saying I'm not saying that they was trash. I'm just not gonna say that No Limit catalog is better than Cash Money catalog. Let's just get that out there. And I'm also gonna say the sound. Yeah, she looked great. She looked great. She sounded great. Yeah, but when you, all right, let's take it away from the verses, right? When the last time No Limit had a hit? When was the last time No Limit had a hit? That's what I want to know. When was the last time No Limit had a hit? Shit, they took over for more than that. I like how you put that, sis. Cola said Mia walked so Nicki could run. That's a fact. Same thing we say about Little Kim. You know what I mean? Little Kim made it, made it right so Nicki Minaj to come out and do what she do. That's a whole fact. Without Nicki Minaj, without Little Kim, it wouldn't be no Nicki Minaj. Yeah, without no Little Kim, it wouldn't be no Nicki Minaj, man. Even down to the contracts. Word, even down to the contracts, man. So, I'm a firm believer. I'm a definitely firm believer. But, I'm just not gonna jack. They destroy Cash Money. I ain't gonna jack that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna jack that. I ain't gonna say, oh yeah, they destroy Cash Money. I can't. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. Right. So on and so on. NY Nikki, baby, that's a fact. Salt and Pepper, Roxanne Shante. Yeah. You know what I mean? Wasn't it for them, it wouldn't be no Little Kim. MC Light, Queen Latifah. It wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I always say that somewhere, but between Little Kim and Nicki Minaj, it has to be someone, man, that could sit them down and explain that to them dumb young ladies, man. They will make more money supporting each other than tearing each other down. That's the only thing that I don't know why nobody in Nicki Minaj camp. I don't know why nobody in Lil Kim camp ain't let these females know that. Like I don't know. I just don't understand that. Like how ain't nobody letting these females know that they can make more money supporting each other than going at each other. Gary Minor, salute, man. And then even with talking about that, like, can we put the comparison as this? Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. But it's the business, and again, you know what I mean. If somebody would have told them both, I think I'm a firm believer in they could make more money supporting each other than going at each other. I'm a firm believer in that. Salute, Gary, man. Appreciate the pull up. I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah, it looked like Dallas losing. Old head. Hey, yo, old head, I'm going for Toronto Blue Jays. I'm going for the Toronto Blue Jays, old head. I'm going with the Toronto Blue Jays. If you listen to hip hop, the new is more talented than the old. I ain't gonna say that. A word with Math Hoffa did, Gary. What Math Hoffa did. Nah, Artie, I don't think that. I mean, shit. Look at Nas. Nas still pinning it on. Nas is still pinning it on. Nas is still putting on. Who else just dropped the album? I think Ghost is dropping the album if you haven't yet. Like, you got the old rappers, man. They still putting on, though, man. They still putting up good music. They still, putting music up like we can identify to. You know what I mean? Putting up music that we can identify to. But y'all, I'm going to get out of here, man. You understand? Again, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I just popped out to be popping out. Don't forget, man, pull up tomorrow. We prepping for the finale of the Bozo of the Week Award. We'll be giving out the Bozo of the Bozo. Bozos of the Bozo Award. So for all the Bozos who received the award through season 1, we rallied them up. And they're the names that's going to be in the poll, which will be dropping tomorrow. So tune in, man. Come have some fun. Come be a part of something, man, that, somewhere down the line, you can say you was dead. On that note, man, it's your boy 050BUCKS, a.k.a. Mr. Shoot Right Back, a.k.a. the Dark Side General, a.k.a. IZ, a.k.a. Mr. a.k.a. Bucks Dinero, a.k.a. Big Bucks, not the little one.
Y'all stop the music. Hold the phone. This ain't for the throne, this is for the clown who stood alone. This is for the dude who brought a spoon to a gunfight. This right here. This is your spotlight. Bozo. Dedicated grind music. Listen, Bozo, you been a bozo since Monday wake-up call. Tripped over your ego, took a legendary fall. You been bozoing hard, no capital to disgrace. Got lost in the building, forgot your own face. You seek the blunder, you hunt for the fail. Then come get this trophy, you winning by a mile. This is for the bozo of the week. You bozo, you been a bozo all week. From your head to your torso, take this award. Don't you dare try to hide it, cause being a bozo is what you seek. So come on and claim it, you earned it. Just take it. Bozo, 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 bozo is go as the bozo award. Regrets, man, you collect them like they limited edition. Made a wrong turn and started 3 new competition. You bozo the meeting, you bozo the deal. You bozo your lunch, how you mess up a meal. But you own it, you don't deny it. You walk in the flame, they call you a bozo. You just ask them to say your name. This is for the bozo of the week. You bozo, bozo, you been a bozo all week. From your head to your torso, take this award. Don't you dare try to hide it, cause being a bozo is what you seek. So come on and claim it, you earned it. Just take it. Let's go, bozo, 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 bozo. Let's go with the bozo and ride. Let's go with the bozo and ride. Let's go with the bozo and ride. Let's go with the them. 050. What is a bozo is? It's a state of mind. Leaving common sense and all your reason behind. It's an art form, a masterpiece of oops. A permanent vacation in Atlanta, whoops. Dedicated grind music. Dedicated grind music. So hold your head high, you magnificent miss. You're the king of the clowns, putting skills to the test. Bozo, of the week, yeah, you bozo. Bozo, 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 bozo. Bozo. Hey, they thought this was sweet.
Bucks the mirror. Mr. Shoot right back. It's never them. Stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side, salute. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. Bucks. It's us, never them, never them. Hey. Bucks the narrow. AKA Mr. Shoot right back. Hey. Bust the nettle. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. This is never them. It's never them. Hey. Never them. Hey. Bust the narrow. Rip, hype, jam. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah, Mr. Shoot right back. Oh, watching the cut, watch the games. Change. This the dark side. What? Dark side. Who run it? We run it. Who next? They done. Mr. Shoot right back. Salute to the chat. Bust the nettle. Oh. Bust the nettle. It's never the bust. Bust the nettle. Oh. Yeah. Bust the nettle. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah. Mr. Shoot right back. Now it is. Bucks in the cut. Watch the game change. This the dark side. Woo. Dark side. They thought it was sweet, now it's sour. Make the ops cower. Was never them, we got power. Be out. Talk slick, real spill, no the mix. Hey, they know what time it is. It's never them. Woo. Mr. Shoot right back. And we out. Hey, they thought this was sweet. Bucks the mirror. Mr. Shoot right back. Hey. It's never them. They stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side, salute. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. Bucks. It's us, never them, never them. Hey. Bucks the narrow. AKA Mr. Shoot right back. Hey. Bust the nettle. Oh. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. This is never them. It's never them. Hey. Never them. Hey. Bust the narrow. Rip, hype, jam. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah. Mr. Shoot right back. Oh, watching the cut, watch the games. Change. This the dark side. Hey.